Wisdom's guidance. Proverbs 3, 5 through 8, the Passion Translation. Sharnta, trust in the Lord completely, and do not rely on your own opinions. With all of your heart, rely on Him to guide you, and He will lead you in every decision you make. Become intimate with Him in whatever you do, and He will lead you wherever you go. Don't think for a moment that you know it all, for wisdom comes when you adore Him with undivided devotion and avoid everything that's wrong. Then you will find the healing refreshment your body and spirit long for. Father, thank you so much for your word. And thank you that I can trust in you completely. Thank you for how you will lead me and guide me in every decision I make this week. I don't want to go at this week alone. I know what it is to lean to my own understanding. And the results of that, they just aren't reliable. And so, Father, I invite you in this week. In everything that I do, from fitness to eating to decision making to dealing and communing with people, I invite you in, even to this space that you've given me and you're gracing me to walk through. I invite you in Jesus' name. What's up, beautiful people? Happy Monday. I am stepping straight into week 5. This makes day 29 of my 40 days of focus. My affirmation over myself this week is do it anyway. Do it anyway. I have been dealing with a headache today, and I'm doing it anyway. Much later than my normal flow. My workout was much slower and slightly different. I increased my weight and did less reps today, and I just took my time and got through the workout, pushed through the workout. I spent a little more time walking today, an extra 30 minutes of an incline walk because I needed it for my mental miles. But do it anyway. We're starting this week off again, and it's another week of intentionality and intensity. I got goals to meet, so I'm locked in, and that's how we're going to work. But anyway, temple wins have been secured for today. Table wins are coming along. It's been a partial fasting day, so you may or may not get a bunch of my meal pictures today, but at any rate, it's probably going to be like that this week. But anyway, let's transform. What's up, beautiful people? It's Tuesday, cardio core day, and day 30 of my 40 days of focus. Can I encourage you to do it anyway? Don't let a moment in your mind manipulate you from the movement your body is capable of doing. Tired? Yes, but do it anyway. Tough? Yes, but do it anyway. Need a break? Okay, take it, but get in there and finish what you started and do it anyway. What's up, beautiful people? It's day 31 of my 40 days of focus, and today was all about upper body. I came, I conquered, I won. Let's transform. What's up, beautiful people? It's Thursday, day 32 of 40 days of focus. Today normally would have been uphill sprints and core day. I did not feel like sprinting, but I did feel like lifting. So that's exactly what I did. I made it count. I got the win. And we counted day 32 temple wins as one. Let's transform. What's up? It's Friday, day 33 of 40 days of focus. I made the mistake of stepping on the scale today when I knew I wasn't supposed to step on it until Saturday, but I did it anyway, and talk about major discouragement. But I'm doing it anyway. I did it anyway. I showed up, pressed through all of the chatter in my head, and I got the temple wins won. What's up, beautiful people? It is Saturday, day 34, Freestyle Saturday. You know what today is. It's weigh-in, challenges, and cheers. And boy, do I have a lot to talk about. I'll be back later. Until then, let's transform. What's up, beautiful people, and happy Saturday to you. It is day 34 of my 40 days of focus. I am so sorry. This is impromptu recording, so I do not have my microphone on me, but I felt like I should just go ahead and hop on and start recording, so I can just authentically flow. I am contending against vehicles moving and somebody over there cutting grass, so I'm hoping that you can hear me. So today is the concluding of week 5, and tomorrow I'll be stepping into week 6 of my 40 days of focus. You know what today is. It's weigh-in day. It's challenges and cheers, where I share my challenges and my cheers. So my weight will be posted here, up in one of these corners. Once again, I'm in a different spot. It's going to be in one of those corners shortly. But before I get to that, I want to talk about the things that I encountered this week. First off, I'm grateful for that I started implementing weekly affirmations into this whole journey. My affirmations have pushed me when everything else was screaming loud on the inside of me, just like this week. Do it anyway. Do it anyway was my affirmation that I heard on Monday morning as I went to work out and was pressing past tiredness. Do it anyway. Didn't know that do it anyway was going to minister to me this entire week. And so anyway, my cycle came this week. Aunt Flo came this week unexpectedly. She came a little bit earlier, but it's well. I am in a journey process right now to which I am required to lose 10 pounds of weight. And I have been focused on this 10 pounds since I found out that we need to lose 10 pounds. Mind you, I was already in the 160s. And so losing 10 pounds, yeah. Anyway, was focused on losing those 10 pounds. And that was my main focus. I had told myself these last 2 weeks I've been very, very intentional. I've increased my calorie burn during the week. I changed how I was eating drastically again, basically cut out all meat. This week I had very, very little meat. I fasted a lot this week. And I increased, I did a cut my calories even lower than what they were. Mind you, I'm only taking in like 1,600 calories a day. I cut them down a little bit lower, and increased my calorie burn to burn at least 1,000 calories a day. So I was very, very intentional this week. I told myself earlier this week, I'm not going to step on the scale, because when Aunt Flo is here for me, I bloat like crazy. And so I told myself, don't step on the scale until Saturday, because it's not supposed to be gone completely until Sunday. And then that way I won't be all over the place in my head, because I know that the scale is going to show me something that I don't want to see. Anyway, woke up Friday feeling good, felt thin, looked thin. And I said, well, I'm feeling good today. I'm going to step on the scale anyway. Bad idea. Bad idea. Because I know the work that I've been doing. I know the intentionality that I've been putting in. And stepping on that scale Friday shifted everything. Stepped on the scale and saw something I did not want to see, and got so discouraged and so defeated. I'm talking about
hugely defeated, to where I had to talk myself into going downstairs and working out. Kept telling myself, do it anyway, because the scale, there are stories that the scale absolutely does not tell. It's stories that the scale don't tell. And this is a situation where the scale is not telling the story. It's not telling the full story. And so if I'm tied to numbers, that was my challenge. I was tied to a number. My focus was on a number. I'm thinking 10 pounds. I got to hit these 10 pounds. When I already know that there are stories that the scale don't tell, which is why I took my measurements in the beginning, because there are going to be those stories that the scale don't tell. And this time the scale was telling a whole different story, and I let that get in my head. I was in a funky attitude yesterday. I wanted to break my fast. I wanted to eat whatever I wanted to eat, but I stuck to it anyway. Despite how I felt, I stuck with it anyway. I did it anyway. I stayed with my discipline. I did it anyway. I didn't eat what I wanted to eat. I did it anyway. I stayed the course. Fast forward to today. Did my workout, weighed myself in. Talk about utter defeat again this morning when I stepped on the scale and saw that I'd only lost 1 pound from last week. You'll see my weight in the corner up here shortly. I'm at 158 point something. I was at 159 last week. That's 1 pound loss. That's when I finally realized sometimes we can put so much pressure on ourselves, the stress of it all, the pressure to hit a number, that you can't even enjoy the journey. My body is testifying to the fact that there are stories that the scale doesn't tell. I have lost inches. I also realized that there is a difference in weight loss and fat loss. I am losing inches while I'm building muscle. And the scale ain't gonna tell you that, but my clothes have. I tried on a pair of pants this week. Pants about fell off me. The clothes that I'm wearing right now about falling off me. In the waist. Look at me. Physically, I look smaller, even though the scale is saying something different. So my the challenge was stepping on the scale and only going by numbers on a scale, or letting the scale solely tell my story. The cheer is, I learned something this week, that I got free from numbers, free from hitting this, free from, I want to hit the numbers. I want to graduate from this process that I'm in. I want to be a coach. But if I don't hit the numbers, and if I don't get the coach on somebody else's space and place, I'm doing the work. And maybe it's God telling me that I don't want you doing it on nobody else's platform or something that somebody else built. I got something that I'm doing through you, Sharnta. And you're going to have to, maybe he's stretching me to the capacity to believe that he can do it in me, and that I don't need nobody else's platform or nothing to stand on, that I don't always have to be in the background pushing everybody else on when there's value in me. And so, yeah, I don't know if it makes sense to y'all, but it's making sense to me because it gave me a liberty this week. My cheer has turned to releasing myself from numbers, releasing myself from the background, releasing myself from the pressure to hit a number, to hit this and hit that, and just enjoy my journey. Enjoy my journey. The scale, there are stories that the scale does not tell. And I just came to encourage somebody today. I walked around here the last 2 days defeated, discouraged, because of something that the scale said. That obviously my body, how I feel, my clothes are saying something different. Don't let the scale be the only thing that tells your story. Keep doing the work. I am. My journey is not going to stop. Even if I hit the number on the scale, but my journey ain't going to stop here. I'm going to keep doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not going to bow to the bad habits because the scale didn't reflect like I thought it should this week. I'm going to celebrate that I'm losing fat, even when it doesn't seem like the weight is coming off. I'm losing fat. My body is recomping. I'm going to just stand up and let you see. No holding in. None of that. Yeah, I still got work to do here and here that I got to do. But I'm okay with that because I'm transforming my body. So, As I enter into these last few days of my 40 days of focus, my journey is not going to stop. I don't know what my content will look like after this. I might still be showing you some stuff, I might not, but I'm not stopping. I'm gonna do it anyway. There are stories that the scale does not tell, stories that the scale don't tell, so stick with it. Let's transform. You hear me? Let's transform. Let's keep transforming. Let's do it anyway, even when it don't look like we think that it should look. So I'm about to wrap this up. My personal push challenge this week was to cut my calories a little bit more. Another thing I learned, you gonna have to eat in this journey. You're gonna have to eat. You can't fast your way through it. You can't do a bunch of quick fixes through it. Fitness and becoming healthy as a lifestyle takes time. And so I don't need to lose X amount of pounds in X amount of days. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep sticking with it and doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and the results will come. They'll come. So my personal push challenge was that I was burning 1,000 calories a day. That's 200 more calories than I normally burn a day. I usually aim to burn 800. I pushed myself this week to burn 1,000. I cut my calorie deficit down a little bit more. But those were my challenges. I mean, my personal pushes this week. I hit them almost every day except yesterday. I did not hit the 1,000 calorie count, but that's all right too. I had attitude, but I'm back. And so we're going to get this work. We're going to end however we end. Next week, I'm going to show you my weight. And I'm going to take whatever I take, because what you are seeing is me doing this in real life. And the ebbs and flows of your own personal journey. And I encourage you to keep going. All right? I hope this makes sense. I love y'all. Hey, I do know that I'm not for everybody, but I do so also know that I am for somebody. And if by chance that somebody is you, would you do me a favor? Would you like? Would you share? Would you subscribe? Would you just hit that little thumbs up button every now and then while you're on my page? Even if you don't watch a video all the way through, would you just sow some love and some support my way? And possibly, if I'm not the audience for your voice, maybe I am for somebody you know. If you share the material, I'm not trying to make a name for myself out here. I am trying to help and reach whoever I can by just being authentically me. I don't know where this will go or what it will do, but again, I'm not for everybody. I am for somebody, and I hope that I have encouraged you. All right, until next time, let's transform. I love y'all so much. I agape you. I'll talk to you later. See you next week.